Because a more important statistic is to say, okay, what is the percentage of e-commerce? What is e-commerce today in Nigeria as a percentage of the total retail industry? And it is still less than 1%. Even in countries like the United States and the UK, e-commerce is still less than about 8% of the total retail economy. So even in developed markets, this movement is still just getting momentum. So think about it. What advantage do you and I have over the big, huge, old companies that have all this physical infrastructure all over the place? If we are going to compete with them on the same terrain, we have no chance. Absolutely none. But leveraging technology, mobile technology, that is available at our fingertips today allows us to actually be able to compete with these guys. Sometime earlier last year, I mean, we've had multiple acquisition offers. And one of these, I won't say their name, big traditional logistics companies, they came to us and said, hey guys, we're going to take over your entire fleet. I looked at them and said, guys, no. If this was distribution you were giving me, I would take it. But you want to take over my business at this stage. Now, this company had at least 2,000 motorcycles around Nigeria for corporate deliveries. While at that point in time, we had maybe 40 or 50. But the reason why we didn't do that deal, obviously, is because we are not competing with them just on the basis of the number of motorcycles we have around Nigeria. It's kind of like when, if an eagle wants to fight with another bird, all they have to do is just take it up into the stratosphere where it can't breathe anymore. So you change where you fight. And that is what technology allows us to do. That's what mobile technology allows us to do. We're able to engage on a different plane. Because if you engage in the traditional plane, they will outmuscle, outperform, outfinance, probably even hire all your employees. But if you compete on a new field that even they don't understand yet, that's what gives you a chance. So it's breathtaking scale, clockwork operations. Permit me to also spend a few seconds talking about this. I don't think I'm going to finish my slides, but one of the things that we are weakest at as Africans is in operations. Africans are beautiful thinkers. I can literally walk into any higher institution in Nigeria, talk to any college student or university student, and I'm sure they can come up with 50 great ideas. Coming up with ideas is something we're so good at. But when it comes to execution and particularly operations, operations is so simple but yet so difficult because it requires focus. It requires dedication. And every single business, whether it's an app or it's technology or it's mobile or whatever, requires disciplined operations. Which also speaks to the question of when you're building your team as well, as a startup, as a company, if your team is only filled with people that have creative ability and they can just come up with ideas, you are going nowhere. Because when somebody comes up with the idea, somebody needs to execute it. Somebody needs the discipline to follow process. No process, no success. It's that simple. I mean, look at the vision of these guys is to serve 2 billion users and to connect 10 million businesses across China. That's huge scale. And this opportunity exists right here as well. So going into Africa today, 1 billion people across the continent, growing very fast. We're going to be 1.7 billion. About 1/4 of our population today is young people, youth. Now, the current stats tell us that as adults, an African young person is twice as likely to be unemployed relative to his peers around the world. So unemployment is a really big challenge that's facing us. So if you're looking to get Chevron or mobile job after school, or for those of us that are still in school here, or you're looking for government contracts to scale, well, I wish you luck with that. Now, I put in a couple of the grand challenges that we face as a city and also as a people, as a continent. Electricity is a big one. 600 million people across the continent still don't have access to energy. 600 million. That's huge. We had slow economic growth in 2016. It's starting to pick up a little bit more now. Our informal economy is massive, 70%. When we say informal economy, what we simply just means is that what's going on in Bodija market, you pay, you collect your money, put it under your bed. So there's no data on it. But whenever you hear the word informal economy, what should immediately come to your mind is inefficiency and waste. Because it means there is no automation in there. The greatest opportunity right now is to bring informal things into the formal economy using technology. The people that you and I should be spending the most time with today are people like artisans, market women. You will be amazed at the kind of money that is in the informal economy. It's gazillions. But the reason why people don't know is because it's informal. It's disaggregated. If you could bring 1% of Nigeria's informal markets online today, that's huge. Really huge. Because it's valued in trillions of naira. But anyway. Now, zooming into our country, almost 200 million people. Follow me very carefully. There are 37 million small, micro to large businesses in Nigeria. 37 million micro businesses. I put small there, that's wrong. Do you know what a micro business is? Like tiny. You almost can't see it. According to Smithon, in 2013, there were only 1,000 large businesses in Africa. In Nigeria, sorry. So that means, think about it, out of 37 million micro businesses, only 1,000 of them became large. What are your odds of success then, your chances of success? 1,000 over 37 million. That's 1 over 37,000. So what this means is, if you are going to scale up, you are going to do what nobody else is doing. And to answer your question, it is not just about raising a lot of money or having a lot of capital. It's about understanding how things work today and how to leverage digital, how to leverage platforms, how to leverage social media, etc., to grow your brand, to put your product in the face of millions of people, to achieve distribution very, very quickly, very creatively, and very efficiently, to leverage on partnerships, to learn very fast, to get a good and a great team together, and then to execute. It doesn't matter whether what you're selling is mangoes, but leveraging technology to scale, or whether what you're selling is kuli kuli. There's a friend of mine that started selling something, he called it Mr. Ekpa. And he started to scale, Mr. Ekpa. Leveraging innovative distribution chains to scale up his business. So we're not talking about just going to build an app. No. Take your mind off just building an app. It's about figuring out the needs in an environment, the unique competitive advantage that you have right here in this city, and then figuring out how to leverage e-commerce platforms, online distribution, social media channels to quickly scale, to grow efficiently, and to take over the world. Thank you very much.
Well, I'm happy to say that we want to quickly take the 3 keynote speakers, then we're going to invite them to the podium, and then they'll take your questions. Is that okay? Can I suggest you start writing your questions down so that we can group them, and that way we can be a lot faster. We're having some problems with some drivers and some vehicles. If you have a Honda Odyssey, can you please go out and help us fix this? Your number is C2142MUS. That must be a Muslim boy. FST296AH, a Honda Accord. A Highlander SMK470EM. And then I don't know what vehicle this is, but it's SK783KJ.